Let's preview and talk about The Acolyte, which I think is one of the most mysterious and potentially controversial coming Star Wars shows. Will this be a case of here we go again? What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button. And we also just wanted to let people know that a big part of 2021 for the Den of Nerds is going to be happening over on our live streaming channel, where we are just live streaming all the time. And if you didn't know, you should definitely be over there checking that stuff out. All right, so let's get into The Acolyte. This is such an interesting situation. I think there's a lot of confusion about The Acolyte, and some of this is actually Disney's fault. Disney has officially talked about The Acolyte only 2 times. The first time they discussed the show was in a press release on May the 4th, where it was almost sort of buried in there, and they had talked about how Leslie Headland was going to be doing the show and that it was a female-centric Star Wars show that existed in a place in the Star Wars galaxy that we had never visited before. And this came on the heels of a lot of rumors talking about Leslie Headland doing that show, doing something within the Star Wars universe. Now, the second time that The Acolyte is mentioned is during the Disney Investor Day streaming presentation. And during the official presentation, they said that Leslie Headland is bringing a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus with The Acolyte, and they called it a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. All right, so let's just get into it and talk about the bantha in the room, and that would be that many people have already written off The Acolyte, and that the first press release that came out and only referred to it as a female-centric show put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Many fans have already written it off completely and just considered it to be more SJW garbage. Now, I am not there. I actually was never there, but I did find it odd that they chose to, on May the 4th, in the official press release, only reveal, mostly, that it was a female-driven or a female-centric show. And when it comes to people that were super triggered by that and that did think it would just be SJW garbage, I actually completely understand them thinking that. Because in the best case scenario, this was burying the lead. What the show is about emerging dark side powers at the end of the High Republic and likely a lot more. That is juicy. That gets people excited. And so at the very least, they buried the lead. And what I mean is, if they had just reversed the order in which these 2 announcements were made, and the first announcement referred to it as the mystery thriller and talked about the emerging dark side powers, and then you referred to it as a female-driven show, you have an anchor point that then you filter the female-centric show information through. And so you start thinking about like the Night Sisters and all these cool Star Wars things. However, when you don't do that and you do it the way they did, you instead have to filter the dopeness of the High Republic dark side stuff through the lens of the female-centric thing, which is frustrating and not good. Basically, I know that people feel differently about this, but in my opinion, even people that are big fans of female empowerment and female representation are only fans of those things insofar as the things in which those people or sexes or whatever are being represented are awesome. Everybody loves a winner. Nobody wants representation in something that sucks, that nobody's going to watch, or that everybody hates. And there have been plenty of examples of forced representation that was absolutely shredded by progressive people or people on the left. Now, obviously, that was also, crapped on by other people. But the point is, regardless of how you feel about representation, the announcements for this show were bafflingly bad, or at least not in the correct order. Okay, and so with that out of the way, and by the way, your mileage just may vary on how you feel about the show and if you're even able to get excited about it or whatever, but let's now talk about the latest updates with regards to the show. So, as far as we know, this is still a female-led show, which I am hearing is the more correct way to refer to it. Female-centric is just a weird turn of phrase. It is a female-led show. So yes, indeed, it is still that show, and it is going to be talking about the dark side powers at the the end of the High Republic. Now, many people believe that that means Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious, perhaps even some Darth Bane, you know, things of that nature. And for the record, I mean Darth Bane in the form of like a holocron, like he would be there in a holocron thing. And there's been some serious hinting that Palpatine and Plagueis could be involved in the show. But again, with the show being female-led, it would appear that if Palpatine and Plagueis are in the story, they will sort of be background characters, not the main focus of the narrative. But I don't want that to turn anybody away, because if you look at The Mandalorian, although Din is the main character, some of the characters that he meets and interacts with are incredible and just add to this vast array of Star Wars mythology. I mean, think of the Boba Fett stuff. Think of the Bo-Katan stuff. Think of the Ahsoka episode. And then, of course, think of Luke Skywalker. If there are other characters, like, let's say, Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker to The Mandalorian are what Plagueis and Palpatine are to the Acolyte, that is still freaking incredible and plenty enough for Star Wars fans to get very, very excited about. I also think it's kind of cool because today we've got a new trailer for the High Republic. The High Republic book is out there, Light of the Jedi, I believe. A lot of people are checking that out and getting excited about this era. And what is cool is there's definitely some mystery going on in the High Republic, and I believe it will all lead to a big secret that Yoda and Mace Windu share even during the prequels and that they don't tell the other Jedi about, which is really, really cool. But regardless, this setting in time around the time of the High Republic gives us so many options and abilities. Some people think we will see a situation in which the Dathomir Night Sisters form and actually become, and maybe they leave from being Sith acolytes to Plagueis and Palpatine and formulate their own order. And maybe this is the rise of Mother Talzin and different things like that. It could be something completely different, but regardless, the fact that it's all dark side and attached to the Sith is freaking amazing. It should get us all excited. And I will say this. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that Disney is headed towards a place where they will heavily focus on the dark side. They are going to perhaps do some Darth Bane stuff, some Old Republic stuff, really focus on filling out the Sith, maybe the Night Sisters, the dark side in general. I have been told that after whatever they are doing with the Filoniverse, moving towards Thrawn, the big focus for Star Wars as a brand is going to be going major deep into the dark side, which I think is great because it's been seriously lacking in Star Wars under Disney so far. And so if you just think about the timing of the Acolyte show, the fact that Disney's going to go hard on the dark side after that, it should get you pretty excited. The possibilities for this show are pretty cool. I know there's that bantha in the room, but I wanted to address it. I wanted to just talk about it. By the way, Leslie Headland, for everything I know about her, she's just an amazing talent, dude. Like, I only know her as a person that is just incredible. Everybody I've asked, everybody I've talked to, they're just like, dude, she's incredible. So I'm excited for the show. I'm very excited for the show, actually. But I do acknowledge that Disney did, or rather Lucasfilm did what Lucasfilm usually does, and they buried the lead. That's the most generous way I can say it, is that they buried the lead, okay? So let me know what you think about all of this. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.